Hungaroring is the venue for round 11 of the championship. The host city, Budapest, is particularly popular among the travelling spectators who turn up in their droves to enjoy its party atmosphere. With passing difficult, pole position is more important than ever, something which Mika Häkkinen will want to exploit after only scoring 4 points in the last 3 races. Eddie Irvine joins his title rival on the front row, with David Coulthard lining up third. Tense times as the race is about to start, and off they roar. A bad start for DC. That's Fisichella charging past as Häkkinen leads the field down to turn 1. Alexander Wurz retains 7th. There's contact. It's Jacques Villeneuve on the inside. Barrichello's there too, and the Brazilians pass them both. Häkkinen leads and has already opened out a significant gap to Irvine in 2nd place. Fisichella's 3rd with Frentzen 4th. Mika Salo back in 20th behind De La Rosa, and no help to Irvine or Ferrari in their bid for the championship. David Coulthard lost 2 positions at the start and is paying for it now, back in 5th and unable to overtake Frentzen or Fisichella. The Scotsman's only chance is to pass them during the stops. Ron Dennis shows his driver the way. The team set to work, not the first time this year that their driver's race depends on their speed. Dennis knows it's going to be tight, but his team have done a good job. And DC's out, just in front of Fisichella for 3rd. A blow to the Benetton team's morale, but their driver's in next, and there's still 4th place and 3 points to fight for. There's a problem with the car. Giancarlo's race is over, a major disappointment for the team who are fighting to hold on to 5th in the Constructors' Championship. David Coulthard's made up the 4-second deficit to Irvine in 2nd, and he's putting intense pressure on the Ulsterman, hoping the Ferrari driver will make a mistake. Lap 58, and both drivers make their 2nd stops together. DC successfully used his 1st stop to pass Fisichella and Frentzen. Can he and McLaren do it again? There's lots of pressure on the mechanics. Every 10th they can save could mean a race position. Almost identical. But Ferrari have it. Eddie Irvine keeps 2nd place as they head back out onto the track. Mika Häkkinen is leading the Hungarian Grand Prix now with considerable ease and with a comfortable gap. Irvine's beginning to feel the pressure. The Ferrari isn't handling to his liking, and Coulthard is ruthless in his pursuit. He's obviously the quicker of the 2 drivers. A little oversteer and understeer for Irvine, and he's off the circuit. This is DC's chance, and with no hesitation he moves up to 2nd place. Irvine's back on track, but now in 3rd place, losing 2 valuable points towards the championship. It's the 77th and last lap. Mika Häkkinen comes around to win his 4th Grand Prix of the year, his 1st since Canada. With DC 2nd, it's McLaren's first 1-2 since Spain. But the fans only care about one driver.
And I'm certainly knowing Finnish people, they will have a great evening tonight, and they have a good reason to celebrate and be proud of Finland and proud of McLaren.
Only 2 points adrift of Irvine, Mika has plenty to celebrate. McLaren lie just 4 points behind Ferrari in the Constructors with only 5 races left. Another great drive from Heinz-Harald Frentzen, a consistent finisher this year. Damon Hill also in the top 6, making it a good weekend for Jordan.
I love it.
Jean Alesi has been described as an emotional time bomb waiting to explode, but the French Sicilian has been severely tested this year. With 7 retirements and memories of his disastrous race in Germany still fresh, Jean was hopeful of better in Hungary. After struggling during Friday practice, worse was to follow on Saturday morning, when he came across Pedro de la Rosa at high speed. The severity of the impact caused concern. Team principal Peter Sauber explains what happened.
He was in the corner after the straight, and he will overtake a slow car. I think was Pedro de la Rosa. He was very slow, and he see him very late. That was the problem.
Jean has only a hematome on the right leg, and he was brought to a hospital, and we expect that he will be back in the afternoon.
His race car destroyed, Alesi returned to qualify an impressive 11th in the T car, 1 place in front of his teammate. His race got off to a good start when he made up positions during the first lap. Thereafter, he drove competitively, moving up to 5th place before pitting. Having run out of fuel on his way in, Jean had to coast his car to the pit garage. This meant a much lengthier stay than expected, as his crew had to restart the engine. The delay dropped De Lacy back to 8th. Again, the Frenchman drove impressively. He was up to 4th when he received a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, a direct result of running out of fuel, disabling his pit lane restrictor. After another fuel problem at his second stop, his frustration showed.
I'm frustrated because since the beginning of the season I try, and I cannot finish the races in a good situation. My life with Sauber is finished.
A lack of fuel also accounted for his 8th retirement of the season, and there's much speculation that he's already signed for another team.
I finish my contract the best as I can. I have another 4 races. I can do well, I hope, if I can see the checking flag. So I thank everybody for these 2 years here, and I think it's time for me to do something else.